Surf chill is the music genre that evokes oceanic lifestyles. Hey, I'm the Westwatcher, aka Darius. Ryan asked me to do a little gear video for his Pi Records series. Cheers to Ryan for asking. So I thought I would do that. Yeah, I'm not really a super kind of a gear freak, but I do have a bunch of guitars, some that I've had for many years. I've got a really old Les Paul and an old Telecaster, but I don't use those for the Westwatcher music. The Westwatcher music, I use these guitars. Let me show you. The guitar that started the whole Westwatcher thing for me, the guitar that I used on the first of my Westwatcher records, Groundswell Corduroy, is this Gretsch 6120, also the Brian Setzer Hot Rod model. But basically it's a 6120, and I love it. You know, it's a great guitar. I love the fact that it has one volume knob and one pickup selector switch. I think that was the Setzer influence, and very smart. I kind of wish all of my guitars were that simple. No mucking around with a lot of decisions and this and that. You just got the basic thing, and I love it. So that guitar gets you kind of, I dig it because it has, you know, it's got some twang about it, but it's also, you know, got the hollow body F-hole thing. So it's got a warmish kind of a twang that I really love, kind of woody twang. And that is, yeah, as I said, that was the only guitar I used on the first of the Westwatcher records. When I made the second Westwatcher record, I felt I needed to have some Strat sounds on there. I was hearing Strat on a lot of the songs, and I didn't own a Strat at the time, so I got this one. It's an American Standard, like 10 years old, nothing too fancy, stock, but I love it, you know, and it gave me exactly what I was hoping for. It's got, you know, the whammy system that just appeals to me. I mean, the Bigsby's are fabulous too, but I know I have the Strat one set kind of, you know, real sort of easy, light, and it'll go up a whole, you know, up and down a half step, and I like that because you can just kind of delicately get it to do what you want it to do. And you know, this, you know, vibrato, these vibrato systems, this is why I love these guitars, you know, along with the way they sounded. But I'd be using my Telecaster if it had a good vibrato system on it, but it doesn't, nor does my Les Paul, of course not. So you know, those are the guitars, and I just released a third Westwatcher album, and that one I used both of these guitars about 50-50. That new record is called Locally Exotic. Hope you'll check it out. I also, you know, the Westwatcher is a studio project for the most part. So I'm playing mostly everything on it myself, and so I'm playing the bass parts as well. This is the Fender P bass that I use. It's, you know, it's not an expensive one. It's a made in Mexico one, but this year and model, I just, you know, it sounds fabulous, and it's kind of not very different from the, you know, vintage P basses, it seems to me. So I love that, and it's all over, you know, it's the bass sound on the last couple of Westwatcher records. The second Westwatcher record, Slide the Wide Horizon, I also played some sitar on. I have a traditional sitar. It's up there, kind of hard to get down, and it's, you know, a little cumbersome. So I got this one a few years ago. I got it for the purpose of playing live with this other band that I used to have called the Sham Saints, which also had one song that I played sitar on, and I wanted to play it live. So I got this thing, which is, you know, this is a regular sitar neck is what it is. So this is not an electric sitar like a choral sitar or something like that. This is a real sitar, but it just has a solid body on it, and you know, and the built-in pickup. And so I use that plugged in. Love it plugged in through my Fender amp. It sounds okay, you know, going direct too. But so, you know, that was maybe one of the only examples on Slide the Wide Horizon, those couple of songs that on there that I played sitar on, that, you know, was kind of surfy music with sitar. Maybe that was the first time that ever happened. I don't know. But so there's that. Those are the instruments that I've been playing for the Westwatcher. As far as the amplification, I'm a pretty simple guy when it comes to that as well. I'm just using this Hot Rod Deluxe Fender, and I've got the you know, spring reverb in there. Not really as great as it might be if it were you know, a vintage reverb unit or whatever, but I end up kind of blending it with some digital reverbs when I record anyway in the Pro Tools. So, you know, that's just kind of your basic Fender amp. I've also got this little Vox amp with a little 8-inch speaker in it, and you know, it's 4 watts. I love this thing because I don't really use it all that much, but it's kind of cool. You can set it to, I don't know if you can see this, 4 watts, 1 watt, or a half watt, or 1/4 watt, I mean. And so you can play it quietly and it still sounds pretty righteous. I've got pedals, but yeah, you know, for the Westwatcher, I'm really just using a tremolo, and it's a Tremster, you know, made by TC Electronics over there in Denmark. I like all of their pedals, but so I don't, you know, I'm not plugged into a pedal rig when I'm recording. I want the sound to be more pure, but I do use that Tremster for the tremolo sounds. Oh, and here's the microphones that I love, these Rode microphones. This is a tube. This is a tube mic, and I use this on a lot of the Westwatcher stuff. You know, it's got the tube box that you need to have with it, and then I've just got this basic Rode, what is this, NT1000, I think is the model and it, you know, is a great little microphone that's not super expensive. And I have an SM57 that I will sometimes use as well, if I want to just go, you know, super kind of old school. But those microphones, yeah, they sound a lot better. They just actually pick up more of what's going on. And you know, the studio rig that I use is, you know, Pro Tools and this old iMac. Very kind of simple setup. Got some, you know, okay monitors, although I don't recommend those Tannoys, to be honest. I end up using the Yamahas all the time. And you know, the studio stuff is, I mean, the Pro Tools is where all of the magic really happens once I get the once I get the stuff down.
So that's mostly what I'd like to tell you about the Westwatcher gear. I hope you enjoyed hearing about these things, and please check out some of the Westwatcher music. It's online everywhere. Thanks a lot. Bye.